And that's what this pipe does. 2 car alarms set off. Whoops. But what's going on, guys? BK Low is back in the building. And in this video, we are going to talk about 5 things that I like about the FAB 28 Peter Gunz Special. So yeah, you probably noticed in the previous videos on my Instagram that I changed up the pipe. I'm sorry for not making, well, I did make an announcement in the Thrill Rider video that I was doing that. But yeah, I changed up the pipe and I've been wanting to do a video on it, and I've definitely put enough miles on it at this point to tell you what I like about it, give you some information if you're looking into, you know, a high performance exhaust like this one. Unreal, man. Alright, so before we begin the video, just in case you're not from New York, and maybe you don't know him as well as we do, but obviously got to give a huge shout out to Peter Gunz. So here in New York, Peter Gunz is just like one of those OGs that's been around since we've all been in preschool, building the sickest bikes, showing New York how sick Harley Davidsons can be, along with guys like Shovelhead Austin. A lot of what I have on this bike right now is definitely from his influence. I definitely like that I could pay some respect to a true New York OG when it comes to Harley Davidsons. And you know, that Peter Gunz Special that I'm rocking, they don't tell you this on the website, but it does add an extra 5 horsepower. The leading scientists in motorcycling have proven it.
Good evening, Brooklyn. Yes, Connor the Cholo Scientist here. We're going to go ahead and finish out the equation. We were ahead and laid down the groundwork, see if this stands true. So, you're right, it does add 5 horsepower.
So thing number 1, that's like probably the thing that I like most about this pipe, is just the performance, the power, man, the gains that you will immediately get from putting this pipe on your bike. I couldn't believe it. After I installed this pipe with Nick Dynanavy. By the way, big shout out to Nick Dynanavy for helping me install this pipe about 2 months ago. Seriously, couldn't have done it without you, man. But the thing I noticed immediately after putting this pipe on is like it changed this bike completely. Like it legitimately felt like I was riding a new bike. And what I was noticing is things that like speeds that I was doing in 6th gear, I could now easily do in 4th gear. So it like really stretched out the gears for me, and I just have like way more power in the lower gears and way more torque. Like I remember the day after, like I was riding with a couple guys the day after, and 2 times, like unintentionally, like I'm not even kidding, I didn't mean to do it, I pulled the front wheel up, did like a mini wheelie just from riding the same way I was riding before I put it on. So it's like you're gonna get an insane increase in power, insane increase in torque, just right off the bat from putting this thing on. So I mean, I love the pipe, you know. These days, like I am rarely having to ever use 6th gear. Like 6th gear these days is reserved for like triple digits, you know? And of course, you know, we're never doing that, right? So yeah, the power, definitely love the power that you get from this. Alright, thing number 2, that's probably the obvious thing, is I love the sound, man. It's unreal what this thing sounds like. And like, you hear it in my videos, you hear it right now. But I'll tell you what, like, video does not do it justice. Like, you need to hear this thing in person to really understand the magnitude of how insane this thing sounds. One dude wrote in my comment section, yo dude, it straight up sounds like lions. I like that one. Yeah, it really just sounds like really angry lions. That's a good comparison. But the sound is crazy. Like, I'm unintentionally setting off car alarms all the time now. Really not mean to do it. Alright, I really didn't mean to do that. I apologize. That wasn't my intention. I'm having to wear earplugs a lot now, because like, if I just keep riding with this thing like days on end, I'm gonna 100% lose my hearing, because it's that loud, and it's a little bit shorter than the Thunderheader, so I'm hearing it way more than before. So it's like, it's loud as hell, and when it backfires, it's insane, man. And also, when it does backfire, it straight up shoots out flames. I'm not even kidding. If you don't believe me, look at my Dynamite Crew decal and notice how burnt the end of it has become just from every time it backfires. It's getting hit with flames. And like, people riding behind me are like telling me, they're like, yo dude, your bike is shooting flames. So it's like, the sound is just ridiculous. And like I said, video doesn't do it justice, but here's a clip of what it sounds like kind of from a distance. So here you go. And for all you Milwaukee 8 guys out there, if you want to hear what it sounds like on a Milwaukee 8, here you go. So yeah, it's pretty ridiculous in both cases. Sound is insane, man. Like, yeah, it's basically like lions roaring through the heaviest metal you could think of. Alright, so thing number 3 that I really like, and a lot of people have commented on this too, is I love the look of this pipe. And it's just like naturally getting that perfect shade of gold right now that just matches my bike so well. So like, if you have a Lowrider S, like, it really brings out those gold highlights on the bike. It could not have changed the look of this bike anymore. And I gotta give a shout out to, I believe his name's KMB FXDLS on Instagram, because like, he would be posting all these pictures with it, and I was like, damn dude, that thing looks sick. And like, that was definitely an influence of why I threw it on the bike, because he kind of showed how awesome it could look on this bike. And you know, I like the little details on it, you know. I like the springs, right? I think that's like a pretty cool styling point on the pipe. You know, functional as well. You gotta hold the pipe together, right? Yeah, so thing number 4 that I like about this pipe. And at first I kind of thought that this was in my head. Like, I couldn't tell if I was imagining this or not. But this pipe gets a lot less hot than any other pipe that I've had on this bike prior, which is really interesting. So it just like, it seems to burn at a way lower temperature. Perfect example is last night, you know, me and the boys, we went out to Tarrytown last night. We did like a Sleepy Hollow, all that spooky stuff, right? Basic fall stuff. And I remember, like, you know, we had a ridiculous ride home. Like, the L train here is shut down, and a bunch of train lines are shut down. So traffic coming into the city was insane. And I'm talking, like, we were sitting in crazy traffic, and it's like gridlock Manhattan traffic, so it's really difficult to lane split. And I gotta say, like, in times past when that's happened, like with the Thunderheader, I'd be coming home and I'd be getting that, like, those red marks on my leg that's like almost a burn, but not quite a burn. But just from the pipe being so hot. With this, I came home and, like, you know, we sat through the entire time and I never felt like I had to do, like, the hot pipe shuffle or anything like that. You know, it just doesn't get that hot, which is awesome, especially if you're doing, like, urban riding or you find yourself having to navigate traffic and stuff. Like, oh man, like, this is the pipe for you right here, man. Like, you don't have to worry about getting those burns on your thighs, you know? All you have to worry about is setting off car alarms. Oh, I love you, New York. So yeah, that leads me to our final thing number 5 that I really like. And I gotta say, I just generally like the operation that Fab 28's running over there. It was pretty much just started by one guy, Jay, over at Fab 28. And I think it's really cool that, like, this pipe that's on my bike right now, like, that guy welded himself, you know? It wasn't put through a conveyor belt or, like, mass produced in any way. You know, like, the attention was given to this pipe to make it as great as it is right now. Relax. Take in this beautiful skyline. Now that is a skyline. Yeah, so I mean, it was really cool because, like, while he was, like, making the pipe, I could hit him up on Instagram and just be like, yo, how's it going, dude? Like, you know, and the dude who is making your pipe is gonna get back to you. So it's like, I'm always down to, like, support smaller companies and operations like that. That made me really excited to get the pipe, knowing that it was like an operation like that and not something that was more large scale, you know? So shout out to Jay over at Fab 28. You made me a beautiful pipe, man. I can't get enough of this thing. It's amazing. So yeah, that's really all I got. You know, there's really, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's really not one thing that I do not like about this pipe. There's nothing. The only thing originally that I have to say is, like, you know, for the high performance pipe for a 110 and up, like, yeah, it's gonna hit you around 16K. Like, it's not a cheap pipe if you're running a 110 or up. So, like, that definitely hurt in the beginning. But then after running it, even for just one night, I was like, all right, I see why this pipe is that expensive. I get it. And, like, I will 100% stand by that and say that it was worth every single penny. Like, if I build a new bike or anything, you could put your top dollar that this is the pipe that I'm putting on that bike. I'm sold, man. So I mean, like, listen, if don't take my word for it. There's plenty of other people out there that's running this pipe on all types of different bikes besides Dynas. You know, hit them up, see what they think. But I can't recommend this pipe anymore. Again, let me repeat it. I cannot recommend this pipe anymore. It's probably the best upgrade I've made to this bike performance-wise. So, again, shout out to Peter Gunz for putting me on, as always. And yeah, that's really it. So, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday riding around sleepy Manhattan here in the fall. And yeah, thank you for watching. And BK Low is out.